The room is bathed in soft morning light, filtering through floor-to-ceiling windows. You're standing in the middle of a spacious apartment, all sleek lines and polished surfaces. The air smells faintly of cedar and leather, with that lingering hint of coffee from somewhere nearby. Your body feels wrong. Not bad, just wrong. Like you've borrowed someone else's skin. You glance down again. Your hands are large, veins tracing paths across your knuckles. You flex them, and they move with a precision that's not yours. Or is it? You take a step. And the floor doesn't creak like the one in your bedroom. It's solid. Expensive. You turn slowly, taking it in. The apartment is modern, minimalist. A low gray couch sits against one wall. A basketball resting on it like an afterthought. Framed photos line a shelf, SM Ross the hardwood floor, cool and unyielding. You pause. The mirror is there, in the corner. Its surface gleaming under the soft light. You move toward it, your steps long and unfamiliar. Your legs stretch further than you're used to, your stride carrying a confidence you don't quite feel. You stop in front of the mirror. And there he is. Cameron Johnson. His face, sharp jawline, calm eyes, stares back at you. You blink. He blinks. You raise a hand, and he does too. It's you. But it's not. Your heart skips, a quick thud in your chest. You're taller than you've ever been. 6'8", maybe more. You grin, and it's his grin, wide and easy. Well, this is new. You mutter, and the voice isn't yours either. It's deeper, smoother, with a North Carolina drawl you didn't earn. You lean closer to the mirror, inspecting. His hair is neatly trimmed. His skin tanned from hours under stadium lights. You try a little spin move, something you've seen him do on TV. Your body responds like it knows the motion, but your mind lags. And you nearly trip over your own feet. You laugh, a low, rumbling sound. Okay, big guy, let's not break anything. The apartment feels alive now, like it's watching you figure this out. You catch sight of a calendar on the wall. Today's date is circled in red. Game 7. NBA Finals. Your stomach flips, not unpleasantly. The air hums with possibility. You wander toward the windows. Looking out over Brooklyn. The skyline sparkles, all glass and steel, the East River glinting in the distance. You press a hand against the glass, and it's cool, grounding. You're really here. In his life. A memory flickers, not yours, but his. A college game, the crowd roaring as you, Cameron, sink a corner three. The ball felt right in your hands, the arc perfect. You shake your head. That wasn't you. But it felt so real. You breathe in, slow. Out, slower. The city hums below, a distant pulse. Your phone buzzes on the nightstand, snapping you back. You cross the room in 2 strides, 2, when it would have taken you 4. The screen lights up, Mom. You hesitate. This isn't your mom. But your thumb moves anyway, muscle memory taking over. You answer, and a warm voice fills your ear. Cam, you ready for tonight? You freeze. Your voice, his voice, answers, yeah, Mom. Feeling good. The words slip out too easily. Like you've said them before. Her laugh is soft, familiar in a way that tugs at you. You're gonna shine, baby. Always do. Your chest tightens. You don't know her, but you feel her love. You mumble a thanks and hang up, staring at the phone. Who are you tonight? You move to the kitchen, all stainless steel and marble. There's a blender on the counter, a bag of kale beside it. You snort. Kale? Really, Cam? You poke around, finding protein powder, almond milk, a loaf of sourdough that smells like it was baked by angels. You try to make a smoothie. But the blender's buttons are a mystery. You press one, and it whirs to life, startling you. You laugh again, shaking your head. Gotta get used to this. The smoothie comes out lumpy. But you sip it anyway. It's healthy. Too healthy. You miss your late-night cereal runs. Another memory surfaces. You're a kid, maybe 12, shooting hoops in a moonlit driveway. The ball's too big for your hands, but you keep going, the rhythm soothing. Your dad's there, cheering every shot, even the misses. That's it, Cam. You blink, and the memory fades. But the warmth stays. You set the smoothie down. Your hands, his hands, are steady now. You flex them again, marveling at their size, their strength. You're not just in his body. You're starting to feel his life. You glance at the clock. It's early, but you've got somewhere to be. The Barclays Center. Practice. Game 7 is tonight. And the weight of it settles in your gut like a stone. You grab a duffel bag by the door, already packed with sneakers, a jersey, a water bottle. Your body knows what to do. Even if your mind's playing catch-up. You sling the bag over your shoulder, and it feels light, like it belongs there. You pause at the door, looking back at the apartment. The basketball on the couch seems to watch you go. You nod at it, like it's an old friend. See you out there. You step into the hallway, the door clicking shut behind you. The air smells of fresh paint and possibility. You're taller, stronger, but your heart's still yours, beating fast. You're Cameron Johnson, at least for now. And tonight, you've got a game to win. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The elevator dings, and you step inside, the mirrored walls reflecting his face again. You smirk. Not bad, Cam. Not bad at all. The doors close. And the world shifts again, carrying you towards something bigger. The elevator hums, a low vibration under your feet, as you descend into the unknown. You're still marveling at the reflection in the mirrored walls, Cameron Johnson's face. All sharp angles and calm confidence, staring back. Your hands, his hands, grip the duffel bag slung over your shoulder. The weight of it feels right, like an extension of this body you're borrowing. You breathe in. Out. The air smells faintly of metal and cologne, a scent that's not yours but feels familiar. The elevator dings, and the doors slide open to a sleek lobby. All marble floors and glass. You step out, your sneakers, his sneakers, squeaking softly. The sound echoes, sharp and clean. Outside, Brooklyn buzzes with morning energy. The sky is a muted gray, promising rain, but the city doesn't care. Taxis honk, a street vendor calls out about bagels, and you feel the pulse of it all in your chest. You're taller, your strides longer. Eating up the sidewalk in a way that makes you grin. A passerby glances at you, then does a double take. Yo, Cam, he shouts, waving. You freeze, unsure, but your hand lifts in a wave, automatic. The guy grins and keeps walking. You shake your head. Okay, that's gonna take some getting used to. You head toward the apartment's parking garage, where a sleek black SUV waits. The keys are in your pocket, heavy and cold. You slide into the driver's seat, and the car smells like leather and ambition. You adjust the rearview mirror, catching another glimpse of Cameron's face. You wink at it, just to see how it feels. It feels good. The engine purrs to life, and you pull out, navigating Brooklyn streets with a confidence you didn't know you had. Muscle memory, maybe. Or something deeper. Inside the apartment, you hadn't noticed it at first, but now, as you think back, it's clear. You'd wandered into a small office nook off the living room, drawn by a faint gleam. There, on a shelf, sat a championship ring from Cameron's college days at North Carolina. You'd picked it up, the metal cool and heavy in your palm. The inscription read, 2017 National Champions. You'd turned it over, feeling the weight of it, not just the ring, but the moment. A memory flickered, not yours, but his. The roar of the crowd, the confetti falling, his, teammates piling on. You'd set the ring down gently, like it might break. Now, driving, you feel that moment lingering, a spark in your chest. You pull up to a coffee shop, one Cameron must know. Because your hands turn the wheel without thinking. Inside, the barista calls you by name. Usual, Cam? You nod, hoping you don't mess this up. She hands you an iced oat milk latte, and you sip it. Surprised at how good it tastes. Healthy and fancy, you mutter, chuckling. You're starting to like this guy's life. The barista grins, like she's used to his, quiet humor. You tip her. Maybe too much, and head back to the car. Another memory surfaces, unbidden. You're younger, maybe 16, shooting free throws in a dimly lit gym. The ball feels heavy, your arms tired. You miss again, and frustration burns in your throat. But then you hear your mom's voice from the bleachers, soft but clear. One more, Cam. You got this. You'd made the next shot. Swish. The memory fades, but the feeling stays, her voice, steady, like an anchor. You grip the steering wheel a little tighter. The Barclays Center looms ahead, a massive structure of glass and steel. You park in a reserved spot, because of course Cameron Johnson has a reserved spot, and sling the duffel bag over your shoulder. The air is cooler now, the promise of rain closer. You walk toward the player entrance, and a security guard nods. Morning, Cam. You nod back, your heart picking up speed. This is real. Game 7 is tonight. The thought lands heavy. But you breathe through it. In. Out. Inside, the facility is quieter than you expected. The hallways smell of fresh paint and sweat, a strange but comforting mix. You pass a wall of framed jerseys. Names you recognize from TV. Your jersey, his jersey, is there too. Number 2. Johnson. You pause, staring at it. Your fingers brush the glass, and for a moment, you're not sure who you are. You? Him? Both? The question sits there, unanswered. You let it go. You find the apartment again in your mind, replaying the morning. After the ring, you'd wandered into the kitchen, curious. A whiteboard on the fridge had a schedule scribbled in marker, practice 9 a.m., team meeting 11 a.m., game 7 p.m. You'd stared at it, the reality sinking in. You're not just living his life. You're playing his game. You'd opened the fridge, half expecting pizza, but found rows of neatly labeled meal prep containers. "Who has time for this?" you'd muttered, grabbing a container of grilled chicken and quinoa. You'd eaten it cold, standing at the counter, and it wasn't half bad. Another point for Cam. Now, standing in the Barclays Center, you feel the weight of the day ahead. Your body, his body, knows what to do, but your mind is racing. You're not ready for this. Or are you? A janitor passes, pushing a cart, and gives you a nod. "Big day, Cam." You smile, automatic. "Yeah, big day." Your voice sounds confident, even if you're not. You head toward the locker room, the duffel bag bouncing against your hip. The air hums with anticipation, like the calm before a storm. You pause at a water fountain, splashing cold water on your face. It's refreshing, grounding. You look down at your hands again, still marveling at their size. You flex them, feeling the strength there. You're Cameron Johnson, at least for now. And you're about to walk into a practice for Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You laugh softly, shaking your head. What have I gotten myself into? The sound echoes in the empty hallway, and for a moment, you feel like you're exactly where you're meant to be. The locker room door swings open, and you step into a world of polished wood and quiet anticipation. The air smells of liniment and clean towels, with a faint undercurrent of sweat that's more comforting than off-putting. Your sneakers, Cameron's sneakers, squeak against the floor, a sharp, familiar sound that grounds you. You're still adjusting to this body, its long limbs moving with a grace you don't fully understand. The duffel bag slides off your shoulder, landing with a soft thud on the bench. You pause. Breathe in. Out. The rhythm steadies you, like a metronome for your racing thoughts. You're alone for now, the locker room empty except for the hum of fluorescent lights. Your locker, his locker, has "Johnson" etched on a nameplate, and you run your fingers over it, feeling the cool metal. Inside, a crisp Nets jersey hangs, number 2. The fabric soft and heavy with purpose. You pull it out, holding it up to the light. The black and white shimmers faintly, and you can almost hear the crowd already, a distant murmur in your mind. You slip the jersey on, and it fits like it was made for you. Because, well, it was. You sit on the bench, lacing up sneakers that cost more than your monthly rent. The routine feels automatic, your hands move like they've done this 1,000 times. You tie the laces tight, then flex your feet, feeling the bounce of the soles. You're Cameron Johnson. You remind yourself. But the thought feels less like a reminder and more like a question. Who are you, really? You let it sit, unanswered, and stand, stretching your arms. This body is a marvel, lean, powerful, like a machine built for precision. You try a quick jump, and your head nearly grazes the ceiling. You laugh, a low rumble. Okay, Cam, you're showing off now. The morning routine back at the apartment comes back to you, vivid and grounding. You'd stood at the kitchen counter, sipping that lumpy smoothie, scrolling through Cameron's phone. Texts from teammates, a reminder about a charity event, a playlist labeled "Game Day Vibes." You'd played it, and the soft beat of lo-fi hip-hop filled the apartment, calming your nerves. You'd moved to a small meditation corner. Yes, Cameron has a meditation corner, complete with a cushion and a tiny bonsai tree. You'd sat cross-legged, feeling ridiculous but trying anyway. You closed your eyes, breathed deep, and for a moment, you felt him. His focus. His calm. It wasn't just the body you were borrowing, it was the discipline, the quiet strength. Now, in the locker room, you try to channel that again. You close your eyes, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. The air is cool, tinged with the faint metallic scent of the lockers. You picture the court, the hardwood gleaming under stadium lights. A memory flickers, not yours, but his. A high school game, the score tied, the ball in your hands. You'd hesitated. Then passed instead of shooting. The team lost. The disappointment stung, but your coach's words stuck: trust yourself next time, Cam. You open your eyes, the memory fading but the lesson lingering. Trust yourself. You grab a basketball from a rack by the door, its pebbled surface familiar under your palms. You spin it on your finger, and it balances perfectly, like it's meant to be there. You grin, then fumble, and the ball clatters to the floor. Smooth, real smooth, you mutter, picking it up. You try again, and this time it spins for a solid 5 seconds before wobbling. Progress. You tuck the ball under your arm and head toward the practice court, the hallway stretching out like a tunnel to another world. The practice facility opens before you, vast and pristine. The hardwood gleams, the nets crisp and white. You step onto the court, and the sound of your sneakers echoes, sharp and clean. You take a deep breath, the air smelling of polish and anticipation. You dribble once, twice, the ball bouncing back to your hand like an old friend. Your body knows this rhythm, even if your mind's still catching up. You try a jump shot from the free throw line. And the ball sails, wide. It clangs off the rim, and you wince. Come on, Cam, you're better than that. A memory surfaces, softer this time. You're a kid, maybe 8. Shooting hoops in a backyard with a hoop nailed to a tree. The ball's too big, the rim too high, but you keep going, laughing every time you miss. Your older brother's there, tossing the ball back to you. Keep shooting, little man. You'll get it. The warmth of that moment wraps around you now, like a blanket. You pick up the ball and try again. This time, it grazes the net. Closer. The door to the court swings open, and a trainer steps in, clipboard in hand. "Morning, Cam," he says, not looking up. "Ready for the big one?" Your heart skips. But you nod, your voice steady. "Born ready." He chuckles, like he's heard it before, and gestures to the court. "Let's get you warmed up." You follow, the ball still under your arm. And the weight of Game 7 settles in your gut again. But it's not fear. Not exactly. It's something bigger, something alive. You breathe in, slow. Out, slower. The court waits, and so does the day. The practice court hums with a quiet energy, the kind that buzzes just under the surface before everything explodes into motion. You're still holding the basketball. Its weight a steady anchor in your hands, Cameron's hands. The trainer's voice fades into background noise as he rattles off warm-up drills, but you're distracted. Your mind drifting back to the apartment. That phone call from Cameron's mom keeps replaying, her voice warm and steady, like a lighthouse in a storm. "You're gonna shine, baby." You feel it again now, that warmth spreading through your chest, grounding you in this strange, borrowed life. You breathe in. Out. The air smells of polished wood and faint sweat. A reminder you're in the Barclays Center, hours away from Game 7. You set the ball down and stretch, your limbs moving with a fluidity that's still startling. This body is a machine. All long muscles and coiled power. You try a quick lunge, and your knees don't creak like they usually do. You chuckle softly. Perks of being an NBA star, I guess. The trainer glances over, raising an eyebrow. Talking to yourself already, Cam? You grin, shrugging. Just hyping myself up. He shakes his head, amused, and tosses you a water bottle. You catch it effortlessly. And for a moment, you feel like you belong here. Your phone buzzes in the duffel bag, a low hum that pulls you back to the morning. You'd been in the apartment, standing by the meditation corner, when it rang again. Dad flashed on the screen, and you'd hesitated, your thumb hovering. But you answered, and his voice was deep, steady, like gravel smoothed by a river. Cam. You know what to do tonight. Just play your game. You'd nodded, even though he couldn't see you, and mumbled something about focus. He laughed, a sound that felt like home. That's my boy. Call us after. You'd hung up, staring at the phone, feeling the weight of their belief in you. Not you, exactly, but Cameron. Or maybe both. Now, on the court. You pull the phone out and glance at it. A new text from Mom, "We're so proud, Cam. Love you." Your throat tightens, and you don't know why. These aren't your parents, but their love feels real. Like it's seeping into your bones. You text back, "Love you too," and it feels right, even if it's not yours to say. You slip the phone back into the bag. And a memory flickers, not Cameron's this time, but yours. You're 15, sitting on a porch swing with your own mom after a rough day. She'd handed you a glass of lemonade and said, "You're enough." You know. The memory fades, but the feeling lingers, soft and warm, like sunlight through a window. You start the warm-up drills, dribbling the ball in slow, deliberate circles. Your hands move faster than your mind can keep up, the ball a blur under your fingers. You try a crossover, and it's smooth, almost too smooth. You laugh, shaking your head. Okay, body. You're making me look good. The trainer calls out a new drill, and you jog to the three-point line, your legs eating up the distance. You shoot, and the ball arcs high. Then drops through the net with a soft swish. The sound is satisfying, like a door clicking shut. You shoot again. Mississippi. The trainer nods anyway. Keep it loose, Cam. You move through the drills. Your body settling into a rhythm. Sweat beads on your forehead, and you wipe it away, surprised at how good it feels. This isn't your usual morning, no hitting snooze. No scrolling through social media over cereal. You're in Cameron's world, and it's disciplined, focused. You think back to the apartment again, to the fridge full of meal prep containers. The meditation cushion, the championship ring. Everything about his life feels intentional, like every choice builds towards something bigger. You wonder if you could live like that. The thought sits heavy, and you let it go, focusing on the ball in your hands. Another memory surfaces, Cameron's this time. You're in college, practicing late in an empty gym. The lights are low. The air heavy with the scent of sweat and rubber. You're shooting threes, one after another, until your arms burn. A teammate walks by, clapping you on the shoulder. You're a machine, Cam. You'd grinned, too tired to speak, but the pride stayed with you. Now, on this court, you feel that same pride, faint but growing. You shoot another 3. Swish. The trainer claps. That's the one. The door to the court opens, and a few teammates trickle in, their voices low but lively. They nod at you, and you nod back, trying to act natural. One of them, a lanky guy with a quick smile, tosses you a towel. Ready to make history tonight, Cam? Your stomach flips, but you grin. You know it. The words come out smoother than you expect, like they belong to you. You wipe your face with the towel, the fabric soft against your skin. The air hums with anticipation, and you feel it. This is bigger than you, bigger than Cameron, even. You breathe in, slow. Out. Slower. Game 7 is coming, and you're not sure if you're ready. But this body? It's ready. And maybe that's enough. The practice court at Barclays Center feels alive now, the air thick with the hum of anticipation. Your teammates' voices echo softly, a mix of banter and focus. As you wipe sweat from your brow with the towel still clutched in your hand. Cameron's hand. The basketball rests at your feet, its pebbled surface catching the light. You're still adjusting to this body, its height, its strength, the way it moves like it was built for this court. You breathe in, the scent of polished hardwood and faint rubber grounding you. Out. Slow. The rhythm keeps you steady, even as your mind races with the weight of what's coming, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You arrived here earlier. Stepping out of that sleek SUV into a reserved parking spot, the Barclays Center looming like a fortress. The player entrance had felt like a portal, the security guards nod, morning. Cam, a quiet confirmation of your borrowed identity. Now, you're here, in the heart of it, surrounded by teammates who know you as Cameron Johnson. The lanky guy from earlier. The one with the quick smile, jogs over, dribbling a ball with effortless flair. Yo, Cam, you lookin' too serious already, he says, grinning. Save some of that for tonight. You laugh. The sound deeper than you're used to. Just trying to keep up with you, man. He fakes a pass, and you flinch, your reflexes sharper than you expect. He laughs, clapping you on the shoulder. That's my guy. You join the group, falling into a warm-up drill. The ball moves fast, passed between players in a rhythm that feels like a heartbeat. You catch it, pivot, pass it back. Your body knows the motions, even if your mind lags, second-guessing every move. You try a quick step back, mimicking something you've seen Cameron do on highlights. The move is smooth. But you stumble slightly, and the ball rolls away. A teammate, broad-shouldered with a shaved head, scoops it up and tosses it back. You good, Cam? He asks, eyebrow raised. You nod, forcing a grin. Yeah, just waking up. He chuckles, shaking his head. Waking up? Man, it's Game 7. You better be wide awake. You move to the three-point line, the court stretching out before you like a canvas. The hoop looks farther than it should, the net crisp and white. You shoot, and the ball arcs high, then clangs off the rim. You wince, but the lanky guy shouts, "Keep shooting, Cam. You'll heat up." You nod, grabbing another ball. This time, it drops through with a soft swish, and the sound is like a sigh of relief. You feel the eyes of your teammates, their nods subtle but encouraging. You're one of them, at least for now. The thought settles in your chest, warm but heavy. A memory flickers, Cameron's, not yours. You're in a college gym, the air thick with late-night silence. You're alone, shooting free throws, the ball bouncing back to you with every miss. Your hands are sore, your body tired, but you keep going. A janitor sweeps nearby, humming softly. He pauses. Watching you. You're gonna be something, kid. You shake off the memory, back on the court. The trainer calls for a new drill, and you line up with the others, your heart pounding a little faster. The air smells of sweat and anticipation now, the energy shifting as more teammates arrive. You catch a glimpse of yourself in a reflective panel on the wall, Cameron's face, focused. Sweat beading on his forehead. You look like you belong here. But do you? The question lingers, and you let it sit, focusing on the ball in your hands. You try another shot, this one from the corner. It's Cameron's spot, you know that from watching him. The ball feels right, the release smooth, but it rims out. You curse under your breath, then catch yourself, glancing around. Nobody heard. You grab another ball, and this time, you pause, breathing deep. In. Out. You picture that college gym again, the janitor's words. You shoot. Swish. The lanky guy whoops, and you can't help but smile. There he is, he says, pointing at you. You nod, feeling a spark of something, confidence, maybe. The trainer blows a whistle, signaling a break. You grab your water bottle. The cool liquid soothing your throat. Your teammates gather in small groups, talking strategy, laughing over something one of them said. You stand a little apart, watching. Still feeling like an outsider in this body. But they don't see that. To them, you're Cam, their sharpshooter, their brother. You take another sip, the water cold against your lips. The court waits. Its lines sharp and clean, like a map to something bigger. You're not sure what's coming, but you're here. And for now, that's enough. The practice court buzzes with a controlled chaos, the squeak of sneakers and the thump of basketballs filling the air like a heartbeat. You're in Cameron Johnson's body. Still marveling at its strength, its precision, but your mind is a step behind, scrambling to keep up. The ball in your hands feels familiar, yet foreign. Like a song you know the melody to but not the words. You breathe in, the scent of sweat and polished hardwood sharp in your nose. Out, slow. The rhythm anchors you. Even as your heart races with the weight of Game 7 looming closer. You're in the middle of a drill, weaving through cones with a dribble that should be second nature. Your hands, his hands, move fast. The ball a blur, but your brain hesitates, and you misstep, nearly tripping. The ball skitters away, and you wince, expecting a laugh or a jab. Instead, the lanky teammate from earlier. The one with the quick smile, jogs over and scoops it up. Yo, Cam, you trying to dance out here, he says, tossing it back with a grin. You laugh, the sound deep and easy. Yeah, working on my moves. He snorts, shaking his head. Save those for the club, man. You reset, dribbling again, slower this time. Your body knows what to do, Cameron's muscle memory is a gift. Hard-earned through years of sweat you didn't pour. But your mind keeps tripping over itself, second-guessing every motion. You try a crossover, and it's smooth, almost perfect. But you overthink the follow-through, and the ball slips from your grip. It rolls toward the sideline, and you jog after it, muttering, "Come on, Cam, get it together." The trainer watches, clipboard in hand, but doesn't say anything. His silence feels heavier than a lecture. You pause, hands on your knees, catching your breath. The court stretches out around you. Its lines crisp and unforgiving. A memory flickers, Cameron's, not yours. You're in a college practice, early in your career, struggling to keep up with older players. The ball slips from your hands. Again and again, and frustration burns in your chest. Your coach pulls you aside, his voice calm but firm. "It's not about the ball, Cam. It's about trusting your body." You'd nodded, unsure, but kept going. The memory fades, but the lesson lingers. Trust your body. You stand up, rolling your shoulders. The lanky teammate calls you over for a shooting drill. You line up at the three-point arc, Cameron's sweet spot, and take a deep breath. The ball feels heavy, like it's carrying the weight of the day. You shoot, and it arcs high, then clangs off the rim. You grimace, but the teammate slaps your shoulder. "Next one's yours, Cam." You nod, grabbing another ball. This time, you don't think. You just shoot. Swish. The net snaps. And the sound is like a deep exhale. You smile, small but real. The drill continues, and you start to find a rhythm. Your body moves smoother now, the disconnect between mind and muscle narrowing. You hit another three, then miss one, then hit two more. The lanky guy whoops, and another teammate, the broad-shouldered one, gives you a nod. "That's the Cam we need tonight." You feel a spark of pride, but it's tempered by doubt. This body is ready, but are you? The question sits there, heavy. You let it go, focusing on the ball, the court, the moment. Another memory surfaces, yours this time. You're 13, playing pickup at a local park. The older kids are faster, stronger, and you're out of your depth. You try a layup, and it's blocked, hard. The ball flying into the grass. Laughter follows, sharp and stinging. You want to quit, but you don't. You grab the ball, try again. Miss again. But you keep going. The memory fades. And you're back on the court, Cameron's court, the ball in your hands. You shoot again. Swish. The lanky guy grins. There he is. The trainer blows his whistle, signaling the end of the drill. You're sweating now, the jersey sticking to your skin. You grab your water bottle, the cool liquid a relief against your throat. The team gathers near the bench, and you join them. Feeling a little more like you belong. The air smells of effort and anticipation, the court gleaming under the lights. You glance at the clock on the wall. Hours until the game. Your stomach twists. But you breathe through it. In. Out. You try a quick spin move, just to see if you can. The ball stays with you, but your feet tangle, and you stumble, catching yourself on the edge of the bench. The broad-shouldered teammate laughs. "Cam, you saving the fancy stuff for tonight or what?" You grin, shaking your head. "Just testing the floor." The lie comes easy, and it feels good to joke. To be part of this. You're not just borrowing Cameron's body anymore. You're starting to live in it. The court waits, and so does the game. You're not ready, not really. But you're closer than you were. The practice court quiets as the team gathers in a loose circle near the bench, sweat glistening on foreheads, the air thick with the scent of effort and anticipation. You're still in Cameron Johnson's body, the basketball tucked under your arm like it belongs there. Your heart beats steady now. The earlier fumbles fading into the background as you find a fragile rhythm. The trainer steps aside, and the coach strides onto the court, his presence commanding without being loud. He's older. Gray at the temples, with eyes that seem to see through you. You straighten, feeling the weight of his gaze. You breathe in, the air sharp with polish and resolve. Out, slow. Game 7 is hours away. And the reality of it presses against your chest. The coach claps his hands once, the sound sharp, pulling everyone's focus. "All right, fellas," he says, his voice low but carrying. "This is it. Game 7. Everything we've worked for." You glance at your teammates, the lanky guy with the quick smile, the broad-shouldered one with the steady nod, and feel a flicker of belonging. They think you're Cam. You're starting to believe it too. The coach's eyes land on you, and for a moment, you freeze, like he knows you're not who you seem. But he just nods. A small gesture that feels like trust. He paces slowly, hands behind his back. "You've all been here before," he says. "Maybe not this stage, but you know what it takes. It's not about the spotlight. It's not about the crowd. It's about you, right here, right now, believing in what you've built." His words land soft but heavy, like stones in a still pond. You shift your weight. The ball a grounding weight in your hands. You think back to the apartment, to the championship ring on the shelf, its cool metal under your fingers. That was Cam's past. This is his present. And you're living it. The coach stops pacing, his eyes sweeping the group. "Cam," he says, and your head snaps up. "You've been quiet today. What's going on in that head of yours?" Your throat tightens, and you scramble for words. Your teammates glance over, curious but not judging. You clear your throat, Cameron's voice coming out smoother than you expect. "Just, focusing. Coach. Ready for tonight." He studies you for a beat, then nods. "Good. We need that shot of yours. Trust it." You nod back, your heart thudding. "Trust it." The words echo, familiar. A memory surfaces, Cameron's, sharp and vivid. You're in a college locker room, the air heavy with defeat after a tough loss. The coach, different face, same intensity, sits you down. "You didn't shoot when you had the chance, Cam," he says. "Why?" You'd mumbled something about passing to a teammate, but he cut you off. "You're not here to play it safe. You're here to take the shot. Believe in it." The memory fades, but the lesson burns. You grip the ball tighter, its texture grounding you. You want to believe. You're trying. The coach continues. His voice a steady rhythm, like a heartbeat. "Tonight's not about perfection. It's about showing up. Every play, every moment. You've done the work. Now do it again." He points to the court. To the hoop at the far end. "That's your house. Own it." The lanky teammate nudges you, grinning. "You heard him, Cam. Time to light it up." You smile, small but real. "Yeah, no pressure," you mutter. And he laughs, the sound easing the knot in your chest. You move to the three-point line for one last drill before the team meeting. The ball feels lighter now, like it's part of you. You shoot. And it arcs high, then drops through the net with a soft swish. Your teammates clap, and the broad-shouldered one calls out, "That's the Cam we need." You grab another ball, shoot again. Miss. You laugh softly, shaking your head. Can't win, all. The lanky guy tosses you another ball. Yet, he says, winking. You're starting to like these guys. Another memory flickers, yours this time. You're 16, at a school game, the crowd small but loud. You're at the free throw line, the game on the line. Your hands shake, the ball heavy. You miss, and the buzzer sounds. Defeat stings. But your best friend finds you after, tossing you a water bottle. "Next time, you got it," he says. You'd nodded, determined. Now, on this court, you feel that same determination. Borrowed but growing. You shoot again. Swish. The coach nods, a faint smile on his lips. The whistle blows, and practice wraps. You grab your water bottle, the cool liquid soothing your throat. The team heads toward the locker room, but you linger, staring at the court. It's quiet now, the lights soft, the air still. You think of the coach's words, "Trust it." You think of the ring in the apartment, the phone call from Cam's mom, the memory of your own friend's encouragement. It's all connected, somehow. You're not just Cameron Johnson. You're you, too. Carrying your own heart into this moment. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The game is coming, and you're not ready. But you're closer than you think. The tunnel to the court stretches before you, a concrete vein pulsing with the distant roar of the crowd. You're in Cameron Johnson's body, the Nets jersey clinging to your skin. Damp with sweat from practice. The air smells of cold stone and anticipation, the kind that makes your stomach twist and your heart thud. Game 7 of the NBA Finals is minutes away. And you're walking toward it, your sneakers, his sneakers, echoing with each step. You breathe in, slow. Out, slower. The rhythm is your anchor. But it's hard to hold onto with the energy crackling around you. Your teammates are ahead, their voices a low hum of focus and nerves. The lanky guy with the quick smile slaps your shoulder as he passes. You ready, Cam? Time to shine. You nod, forcing a grin. Born ready, you say, and the words come out smooth. Like they belong to you. He laughs, jogging ahead, his energy infectious. You want to feel it too, but your mind is a jumble, caught between who you are and who you're supposed to be. The tunnel walls feel closer now, the lights brighter. You grip the straps of your duffel bag, the weight grounding you. The crowd's roar grows louder as you near the court. A wave of sound that hits like a physical force. You step out, and the Barclays Center opens before you, a sea of lights and faces. The scoreboard glows, the clock ticking down to tip off. Your heart skips, and you pause, taking it in. The hardwood gleams under the stadium lights, the nets crisp and white. You've seen this on TV, but now you're here, in Cameron's body, about to live it. You breathe in, the air sharp with the scent of popcorn and adrenaline. Out, slow. A memory flickers, Cameron's. You're in a college arena, smaller but just as loud. The crowd chanting your name after a game-winning three. Your teammates lift you up, their hands strong under your arms. The joy is electric, but there's a quiet moment after, just you and the ball. Standing at midcourt. You'd whispered to yourself, "This is why." The memory fades, but the feeling lingers, a spark in your chest. You want that again. You need it. You head toward the bench, where the team gathers, stretching and talking strategy. The coach is there, his clipboard a constant companion. He catches your eye and nods, a small gesture that feels like a lifeline. You drop your bag and start warming up, dribbling a ball in slow, deliberate circles. Your hands move with a grace you're still not used to, but you're starting to trust them. You try a jump shot from the wing, and it arcs high, then drops through with a soft swish. The crowd murmurs, and you feel their eyes on you. You grab another ball, shoot again. Miss. You laugh softly, shaking your head. Gotta warm up sometime. The lanky teammate jogs over, tossing you a towel. You good, Cam? Lookin' a little spaced out. You wipe your face. The fabric cool against your skin. Just, taking it in, you say, and he nods, like he gets it. Big night. You'll be ready. His confidence in you, Cam, feels like a weight and a gift. You nod back, trying to believe it. The crowd's energy pulses, a living thing, and you feel it in your bones. You're not just playing a game tonight. You're part of something bigger. Another memory surfaces. Yours this time. You're 12, at a local rec center, watching older kids play. You're too shy to join, but you clutch a basketball, dreaming of being out there. One of the players, a tall kid with a faded jersey, notices you and tosses you the ball. Shoot it, he says. You do, and it's an air ball, but he claps anyway. Keep at it, kid. The memory fades, but the encouragement stays, warm like a summer afternoon. You hold on to it now, standing on this court, the ball in your hands. The warm-up continues, and you move through drills with your teammates, passing, shooting, finding a rhythm. Your body feels looser now, the disconnect between mind and muscle fading. You hit another three, and the lanky guy whoops. That's my shooter. You grin, feeling the spark grow. But the clock is ticking, and the tunnel calls you back to the locker room for final prep. You glance at the court one last time, the lights casting long shadows. A young fan in the stands waves a sign with your, Cam's, name on it. You wave back, and the kid's face lights up. Your chest tightens, not unpleasantly. You head back through the tunnel, the crowd's roar fading to a dull hum. The air cools, the concrete walls closing in again. You're not ready, not really. But this body is. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The game is coming, and you're walking toward it, one step at a time. The locker room is a cocoon of focus, the air thick with the scent of liniment and the low hum of your teammates' voices. You're in Cameron Johnson's body, the Nets jersey snug against your skin. Its weight a reminder of the role you're playing. The tunnel's echo still lingers in your ears, the crowd's roar a distant pulse as you sit on the bench, lacing your sneakers tighter. Game 7 is minutes away, and your heart thuds, steady but heavy, like a drum in a quiet room. You breathe in, the air cool and sharp. Out, slow. The rhythm keeps you grounded, even as your mind flickers between excitement and doubt. Your teammates are scattered around the room, some stretching, others talking in low tones. The lanky guy with the quick smile sits across from you, taping his fingers, his eyes bright with nervous energy. He catches your gaze and grins. "Yo, Cam. You look like you're about to solve world peace or something. Relax, man." You laugh, the sound deeper than you expect. "Just plotting my takeover," you say, and he snorts, tossing a towel at you. "That's more like it." The towel lands on your lap, soft and worn, and you drape it over your shoulder, feeling a little more at home in this body. The broad-shouldered teammate, the one with the steady nod, sits down next to you, his presence solid, reassuring. He's quiet for a moment, then speaks, his voice low. "You feelin' it, Cam? Tonight's our night." You nod, swallowing the knot in your throat. "Yeah, I'm feelin' it." The words come out smoother than you feel, but he claps your back, hard enough to jolt you. "That's my guy. Let's go win this thing." His confidence wraps around you like a warm blanket, and you hold on to it, even as your own doubts linger. A memory surfaces, Cameron's, sharp and vivid. You're in a college locker room, before a big tournament game. The air is tense, your teammates pacing, the coach's voice a distant hum. You're sitting, just like now, staring at your hands, wondering if you're enough. A teammate, not one you recognize from today, sits beside you, his voice calm. "You don't gotta be perfect, Cam. Just be you." You'd nodded, and when you hit a clutch 3 later that game, his words echoed in your head. The memory fades, but the feeling stays, a quiet strength settling in your chest. You glance around the locker room, taking in the details. The lockers gleam, each nameplate a testament to the grind. Yours, Cam's, sits front and center, Johnson, etched in bold letters. You run your fingers over it, the metal cool under your touch. The lanky guy notices, raising an eyebrow. "What, you forget your own name?" You grin, shaking your head. "Just making sure it's real." He laughs, loud and bright, and the sound pulls you deeper into this moment, this team, this life. The coach walks in, clipboard in hand, his presence shifting the room's energy. He doesn't say much, just stands at the center, his eyes sweeping over you all. "Fellas," he starts, his voice steady, "this is what we've been building for. Every shot, every sprint, every late night. It's all for now." He pauses, letting the words sink in. You feel them, heavy but not crushing. He looks at you, and for a moment, you think he sees you, the real you. But he just nods. "Cam, we need your shot. You know that. Trust it." You nod back, your throat tight. "Trust it." Another memory flickers, yours this time. You're 14, at a school dance, too shy to join the crowd. You're standing by the wall, watching everyone else move with ease. A friend nudges you, grinning. "Come on, just dance. Nobody's judging." You'd laughed, awkward, but stepped onto the floor. It wasn't perfect, but it felt good. Now, in this locker room, you feel that same nudge, not to dance, but to step up. You're not just Cameron Johnson. You're you, too, and you're here. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The lanky guy stands, clapping his hands. "Let's go, boys. Time to make history." The room erupts in cheers, and you join in, your voice blending with theirs. The energy is electric, pulling you to your feet. You grab your water bottle. Take a long sip, the cool liquid grounding you. The broad-shouldered teammate slaps your shoulder again, lighter this time. You got this, Cam. You nod. Feeling the spark of their belief ignite something in you. The locker room door swings open, and the tunnel waits, the crowd's roar growing louder, calling you back to the court. You pause at the threshold, the air cool against your skin. The lights in the tunnel are dim, but the court beyond glows, a beacon of possibility. You're not ready, not completely, but this body is. And your teammates are behind you. You take a step, then another, the squeak of your sneakers echoing. The game is coming, and you're walking toward it. Carried by their faith and your own fragile courage. The court is a living thing, pulsing with the roar of the crowd, the glare of stadium lights casting sharp shadows across the hardwood. You're in Cameron Johnson's body. The Nets jersey heavy with sweat, your sneakers gripping the floor as you jog out for the opening tip of Game 7. The air smells of popcorn, adrenaline, and the faint tang of polished wood. Your heart hammers, a wild rhythm that drowns out the announcer's voice booming through the arena. You breathe in, sharp and quick. Out, slow. It's not enough to calm you. Not with the weight of the NBA Finals pressing down, but it keeps you moving. The game starts, and you're on the wing, your teammates' movements a blur of black and white jerseys. The ball swings to you, and you catch it, your hands, Cameron's hands, steady despite the tremor in your chest. You square up for a three, your body falling into the familiar motion. But your mind hesitates, a split-second doubt. The shot arcs high, then clangs off the rim. The crowd groans, and you wince, jogging back on defense. The lanky teammate with the quick smile slaps your arm as he passes. Next one, Cam. You got it. You nod, but the miss stings, a small crack in your borrowed confidence. The first quarter is a grind. You're moving, cutting, setting screens, but everything feels off. Your body knows the plays, muscle memory guiding you through, but your mind is a beat behind. Overthinking every step. You try another shot, a mid-range jumper this time. It rims out, and you curse under your breath, the sound lost in the crowd's roar. The broad-shouldered teammate guards the paint, stealing a glance at you. Shake it off, Cam, he calls. You nod, forcing a deep breath. In. Out. The game moves fast, too fast. And you're struggling to keep up. A memory flickers, Cameron's, sharp and heavy. You're in a college game, early in your career, missing shot after shot. The crowd's murmurs feel like knives. And you're shrinking under their weight. Your coach calls a timeout, pulls you aside. You're thinking too much, Cam, he says, his voice calm but firm. Let the game come to you. You'd nodded. Unsure, but the words stuck. Now, on this court, you try to let go, to let Cameron's body take over. You jog to your spot, eyes scanning the floor, waiting for the game to find you. The ball comes your way again, a quick pass from the lanky guy. You hesitate, then pass it back, afraid to miss again. He shoots instead, and it drops through, the crowd erupting. He jogs past. Grinning. You're overthinking, Cam. Just shoot. You laugh, a small, tight sound. Yeah, easier said than done. The words slip out, and you hope they sound like Cam. The lanky guy just winks. Like it's all part of the plan. the second quarter doesn't go much better. You're hustling, diving for loose balls, setting picks, but your shots aren't falling. Another 3 misses. And you feel the crowd's energy shift, a subtle dip in their belief. You glance at the scoreboard, your team's trailing by 8. Your stomach twists, and doubt creeps in, cold and heavy. Are you enough for this? You're not Cameron, not really. You're just you, stuck in this body, trying to play a game you've only watched on TV. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The court blurs for a moment, the lights too bright. Another memory surfaces, yours this time. You're 15, playing pickup at a local park. The game's rough, the older players relentless. You miss a layup, and someone laughs, sharp and mean. You want to disappear, but you grab the ball and try again. It's blocked, but you keep going, stubborn. Your friend, watching from the sideline, shouts, "Keep shooting, man." You'd laughed, embarrassed but determined. Now, that stubbornness stirs in you. You're not here to quit. The ball swings to you again, late in the half. You're open at the corner, Cameron's spot. Your hands are steady, but your mind screams, "Don't miss." You shoot anyway, the ball leaving your fingers in a smooth arc. It rattles the rim, then falls through. Swish. The crowd roars, and you feel a spark, small but real. The lanky guy jogs over, fist bumping you. "There you go, Cam." You grin. The knot in your chest loosening just a fraction. The buzzer sounds, and you head to the locker room, the score tight now. Your teammates are loud, hyping each other up, but you're quiet. Replaying the misses in your head. The broad-shouldered guy sits beside you, his voice low. You're pressing, "Cam. Just play your game." You nod. His words echoing the coaches from that college memory. You're trying. You want to believe you can. The locker room smells of sweat and resolve, and you hold on to that, letting it anchor you. The second half is coming, and you're still here, still fighting. The locker room door swings shut behind you, muffling the distant hum of the crowd as you step back onto the Barclays Center court for the second half of Game 7. The air is electric. Thick with the scent of sweat and the sharp tang of polished hardwood. You're in Cameron Johnson's body, the Nets jersey clinging to your skin. Your heart pounding with a mix of nerves and determination. The scoreboard looms above, the game tied now, your earlier misses fading into the background as the third quarter begins. You breathe in. Deep and sharp. Out, slow. The rhythm steadies you, but the weight of the moment presses against your chest. You jog to your spot on the wing, the crowd's roar washing over you like a wave. The ball moves fast, your teammates weaving through the defense with precision. You're still adjusting to this body, its speed, its instincts, but something's shifting. The lanky teammate with a quick smile catches your eye, nodding as he passes the ball. You catch it, your hands steady, and for a moment, you feel it, Cameron's rhythm, his flow. You don't shoot. Not yet. You pass to the broad-shouldered guy in the paint, who dunks with a force that shakes the rim. The crowd erupts, and you feel a spark, like you're finally part of this. The game tightens. Every possession a battle. You're hustling, setting screens, chasing rebounds, but your shots are still off. You try a three from the corner, Cameron's spot, and it rims out. The crowd groans. And you clench your jaw, frustration bubbling. The lanky guy jogs past, slapping your arm. Next one, Cam. Stay with it. You nod, forcing a deep breath. You want to believe him, but doubt lingers. A shadow in your mind. You're not Cameron, not really. You're just you, trying to fill his shoes. Then it happens. The other team's star drives to the basket, and you're there, instincts kicking in. Your body, Cameron's body, moves before your mind catches up, sliding into position, arms up. You block the shot, clean, the ball ricocheting off your fingertips. The crowd roars. A wall of sound that lifts you. You land hard, your sneakers squeaking, and the lanky guy pulls you up, grinning. That's what I'm talking about, Cam. You laugh, the sound sharp and real. The doubt cracking like thin ice. That play, it was you, but it was him too. You're starting to blend. A memory flickers, Cameron's, vivid and warm. You're in a college game, down by 2 seconds left. You're guarding the best player on the other team, your heart pounding. He drives, and you stay with him, step for step, blocking his shot at the buzzer. Your teammates mob you. The gym shaking with cheers. The memory fades, but the feeling stays, pride, focus, the thrill of rising to the moment. You carry it now, jogging back on offense, the ball finding you again. You're open at the wing, and the lanky guy passes to you, his eyes saying, "Take it." You hesitate, the memory of your miss is heavy, but you shoot anyway. The ball arcs high, clean, and drops through the net. Swish. The crowd explodes, and you feel it, a rush, like cool water on a hot day. The broad-shouldered teammate fist bumps you as he runs past. There's our shooter. You grin, the spark in your chest growing brighter. You're finding it, the rhythm, the trust. Another memory surfaces, yours this time. You're 13, playing in a school gym. The crowd small but loud. You're scared to shoot, afraid to miss, but your coach pulls you aside at halftime. You're thinking too much, he says, echoing words you've heard before. Just play. You'd gone back out, hit a jumper, then another. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough. Now, on this court, you feel that same shift. You're not perfect, but you're here, and you're playing. The third quarter ends, and you're jogging to the bench, sweat dripping down your face. The score's tight, the game still anyone's. You grab a towel, wiping your face, the fabric cool and grounding. The lanky guy sits next to you, sipping water. You're waking up out there, Cam, he says, his grin wide. You laugh softly. Took me long enough. He claps your shoulder. And the gesture feels like a promise. The fourth quarter looms, and you're not afraid, not completely. You're finding your rhythm, piece by piece, and the court feels like home. You glance at the crowd, their faces a blur of hope and noise. A kid in a Nets jersey waves, and you wave back, your heart lifting. You think of the apartment, the championship ring. The phone call from Cam's mom. You think of your own memories, the stubborn kid who kept shooting. It's all part of you now. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The game's not over. But you're ready to keep going, to trust this body, this moment, this life. The fourth quarter of Game 7 pulses with a rhythm all its own, the Barclays Center alive with the roar of the crowd, the squeak of sneakers, and the relentless tick of the clock. You're in Cameron Joe Nson's body, the Nets jersey soaked with sweat, clinging to your skin like a second layer of resolve. The air smells of adrenaline and polished hardwood, sharp and electric. The score is tied, seconds draining away, and every movement feels like it's carved in stone. You breathe in, quick and deep. Out, slow. The rhythm is your lifeline, tethering you to this moment, this court, this borrowed life. You're on the wing, eyes scanning the floor as your teammates move with precision, a dance of strategy and instinct. The lanky guy with the quick smile dribbles at the top of the key, his eyes flicken. G to you. The crowd's roar is a living thing, pressing against your chest, urging you forward. The ball comes your way, a sharp pass, and you catch it, your hands, Cameron's hands, steady despite the TR. Murmur in your heart. You're open, just for a moment, in the corner, his spot. The clock shows 12 seconds. The game, the championship, hangs in the balance. You hesitate, the weight of your earlier misses heavy in your mind. The lanky guy shouts, "Shoot it, Cam." His voice cuts through the noise, sharp and clear. You square up, the ball feeling like an X. Tension of you. Your body knows this motion, has done it 1,000 times, but your mind falters, whispering doubt. You push it aside. You breathe in, time slowing, the crowd's roar fading to a hum. Oh. Slow. You shoot. The ball arcs high, a perfect curve against the stadium lights. It hangs there, endless, then drops through the net. Swish. The arena erupts, a tidal wave of sound that lifts you off the floor. Your teammates mob you, the lanky guy grabbing your shoulders, shouting, "That's my guy." The broad-shouldered teammate slams a ha. ND on your back, his grin wide. You're laughing, the sound deep and raw, your heart pounding with a joy you didn't know you could feel. The clock shows 3 seconds. The other team scrambles, their final shot clanging off the rim as the buzzer sounds. It's over. You've won. The Nets are champions. Confetti falls, glittering gold and silver under the lights. You stand at midcourt, the crowd chanting your name, Cam's name. You're holding the ball, its pebbled surface warm under your fingers. AMEM. Ori flickers, Cameron's, vivid and bright. You're in college, confetti falling after the national championship, your teammates lifting you up. You'd held the ball then, too, feeling like you'd conquer. The world. Now, the feeling is bigger, sharper, like it's carved into your bones. You breathe in, the air sweet with victory. Out, slow. The trophy ceremony begins, and you're handed the Larry O'Brien trophy, its gold surface gleaming. It's heavier than you expected, solid and real. You lift it, and the crowd roars again, the sound Shah. King the arena. Your teammates are around you, their faces lit with joy. The lanky guy drapes an arm over your shoulder, yelling something you can't hear over the noise. You grin, your chest tight-wit. Gratitude. This isn't your life, but it feels like it, just for now. Another memory surfaces, yours this time. You're 10, watching the NBA Finals on a grainy TV, your dad beside you. The winning shot goes up, and you leap off the couch, cheering. One day, that's gone. Be me, you say, and your dad laughs, ruffling your hair. Keep dreaming, kid. The memory fades, but the dream is here, alive in this moment. You're living it, even if it's through Cameron's eyes. You hold the trophy tighter, its weight grounding you. The celebration continues, but you find a quiet moment, standing at the edge of the court. You look out at the crowd, their faces a blur of joy. A young fan in a Nets jersey holds up a sign with your name, and you wave, your heart lifting. The lanky guy jogs over, still grinning. Told you you'd show up, Cam. You laugh, shaking your head. Guess you were right. He claps your back, and you feel it, the brotherhood, the trust. You think back to the apartment, the championship ring, the phone call from Cam's mom. It all led to this impossible moment. You're not just you anymore. You're something more, something bigger. The court glows under the lights, confetti still falling, and you breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The game is over, but the feeling stays, warm and unshakable. You're a champion, if only for tonight. The Barclays Center is a fading storm of confetti and cheers, the air still buzzing with the afterglow of victory. You're in Cameron Johnson's body, the Nets jersey heavy with sweat and triumph. The Larry O'Brien trophy's weight still lingering in your hands. The court is emptying now, fans trickling out, their voices a softening hum. You stand at mid-court. The hardwood cool under your sneakers, the lights casting long shadows. You breathe in, the air thick with the scent of celebration, popcorn, sweat, and something sweeter, like possibility. Out, slow. The rhythm grounds you, even as the high of the game begins to settle. Your teammates are scattered, some still posing for photos, others laughing in small groups. The lanky guy with the quick smile jogs over, a championship hat tilted on his head. Cam, you comin' to the party or what? He says, grinning. You laugh, the sound deep and easy. Gimme a minute. Man. Still soaking this in. He nods, like he gets it, and jogs off, leaving you alone with the court. You look up at the scoreboard, the final score glowing, Nets win. You did that. Or Cam did. Or both of you. The line's blurry now. You head toward the tunnel, but a small voice stops you. Cam. Cam. A kid, maybe 10, leans over the railing, clutching a mini basketball. His eyes are wide, shining with awe. You walk over, your long strides eating up the distance. Hey, what's up, you say, and his face lights up. You were awesome. Can you sign this? He holds out the ball. And you take it, your hands, Cam's hands, dwarfing it. You scribble a signature, not sure if it's yours or his, and hand it back. Keep shooting, all right, you say, and he nods. Clutching the ball like a treasure. You smile, a warmth spreading in your chest. That kid could have been you, once. A memory flickers, Cameron's, soft and vivid. You're in college. Signing a kid's poster after a game, your hand cramping but your heart full. The kid's grin stays with you, a reminder of why you play. The memory fades, but the feeling lingers. Mixing with the kid's awe now. You wave as he runs back to his parents, and you turn toward the tunnel, the crowd's energy fading to a distant hum. In the locker room, it's quieter. The celebration moving elsewhere. You sit on the bench, unlacing your sneakers, the rhythm soothing. The broad-shouldered teammate sits nearby, towel around his neck. Hell of a shot, Cam, he says. His voice low, steady. You nod, feeling the weight of that moment, the game-winning three, the arc of the ball, the crowd's roar. couldn't have done it without you guys, you say, and it's true. He claps your shoulder, a silent agreement, and you feel the bond, unspoken but real. Your phone buzzes in your bag, and you pull it out. A text from Cam's mom, "So proud, baby. You did it." Your throat tightens, and you text back, "Love you, Mom." The words feel borrowed, but they carry your heart too. Another memory surfaces, yours this time. You're 12. Sitting on your couch after a school game, your mom handing you a plate of cookies. Win or lose, you showed up, she says, and you'd smiled, crumbs on your chin. Now, in this locker room, you feel that same pride, that same love, bridging your world and Cam's. You head to the team bus, the night air cool against your skin as you step outside. Brooklyn sparkles. The city alive with the wind. You climb aboard, sinking into a seat, the hum of the engine a soft lullaby. You think back to the apartment, the championship ring, the meditation corner. The kale smoothie you'd laughed at. It all led here, to this quiet moment of victory. You're not just Cam anymore, not just you. You're something more, carrying both your dreams. Another fan stops you as you step off the bus at the hotel, a teenager with a Nets cap. "Cam, you're my hero," he says, voice shaking. You pause, smiling. "Just keep chasing your dreams, alright?" He nods, and you feel it again, that connection, that spark. You head inside, the hotel lobby quiet, the celebration waiting elsewhere. You're tired, but it's a good tired. The kind that comes from giving everything. You breathe in, deep. Out, slow. The night is yours, and you carry it with you, step by step. The hotel room is quiet, a soft contrast to the chaos of the Barclays Center. You're still in Cameron Johnson's body, but the weight of the night, the championship, the confetti. The kid with the mini basketball settles gently, like dust after a storm. You sit on the edge of the bed, the mattress firm, the room bathed in muted golds from a single lamp. The air smells faintly of lavender and clean linen, soothing in its simplicity. You breathe in, slow and deep. Out, slower. The rhythm is softer now, pulling you towards something calmer. Something familiar. Your hands, Cam's hands, rest on your knees, still tingling with the memory of the game-winning shot. You glance around, taking in the room. A duffel bag sits by the door. A Nets cap draped over it. On the nightstand, your phone glows with unread messages, teammates, family, friends, all celebrating the win. You pick it up, scrolling through. A text from Cam's dad. "Knew you had it in you, son." Your chest tightens, not with doubt but with gratitude. You're borrowing this life, these connections, but they feel real, woven into you now. You set the phone down, letting the moment linger. The room blurs, just slightly, the edges softening like a painting left in the rain. You feel it, a shift, like the world is tilting back. You lie down, the bed cradling you, and close your eyes. The hum of the hotel's air conditioning fades, replaced by something softer, more familiar. A fan, maybe. Your fan. You breathe in. And the air isn't lavender anymore, it's the faint scent of your own room, your own life. Your hands feel smaller, less calloused. You open your eyes, and you're back. Your bedroom. Your bed. The glow of streetlights seeps through the blinds, and the clock on your nightstand blinks 7:03 a.m. You sit up, heart racing, the dream still vivid. You're you again, not Cameron Johnson. The Nets jersey, the trophy, the crowd, they're gone. You touch your face, your hands familiar but ordinary. A pang of disappointment hits, sharp and fleeting. You wanted to stay there. Just a little longer. But then you notice something, a basketball, scuffed and worn, sitting by your window. It wasn't there last night. You stare at it, a chill running through you. Did you dream it? Or a memory surfaces, yours, soft and warm. You're 9, shooting hoops in your backyard, the rim bent from too many dunks. You miss, again and again, but you laugh. The summer air warm against your skin. Your mom watches from the porch, clapping. Keep going, sweetheart. That stubborn kid is still in you, and so is the dream you lived last night. You get out of bed, your feet cold against the floor, and pick up the basketball. It feels right, like it belongs in your hands. You think back to the apartment, the championship ring. The phone calls from Cam's parents. You think of the court, the lanky teammate's grin, the coach's words, trusted. They're not just Cam's moments, they're yours now, too. You spin the ball on your finger, clumsy at first, then steadier. You laugh, soft and quiet. Not bad for a regular guy, you murmur, and the sound is yours, not Cam's. But it carries the same confidence. You step to the window, looking out at the morning. The world is ordinary again, but it feels different, like you've brought something back. The courage to try. The heart to keep going, the wisdom to be grateful for the journey. You think of the kid with the mini basketball, his awe, and your own childhood dreams. They're not so far apart. You breathe in. Deep, the air cool and familiar. Out, slow. The basketball sits in your hands, a quiet promise. Sometimes, dreams don't show you what you lack. They show you what you already have. The spark. The stubbornness, the heart to step onto the court, even when you're scared. You carry that now, not just from Cam's life but from your own. You set the ball down, its weight a gentle reminder. The day is waiting, and you're ready to meet it, one shot at a time. Summary. The dream fades, but its warmth lingers, soft as morning light. You've lived as Cameron Johnson. Felt the weight of the NBA Finals, the thrill of the game-winning shot, the love of a team and a family not yours but close enough to touch. The court, the confetti, the trophy, they're gone. But they've left something behind. Courage, woven through every miss, every play. Gratitude, in the faces of fans and the voices of parents. The stubborn heart that keeps shooting. No matter the score. You're back in your room, your life, but the basketball by the window whispers of possibility. It's not about being a star. It's about trusting your shot, your steps, your dreams. You carry them now, gentle and sure, into the quiet of your own day. Sleep well, knowing you're enough.
Thank you for joining me on this exploration.
Hello, who are we tonight?
If you found this intriguing, please
of
share your
course,
thoughts in the comments below.
Let's get started.
Stay tuned
Picture
for
yourself
our next video,
curled up in bed, the
where
glow
we'll
of your
uncover
phone
even more
casting
captivating
soft
stories that
shadows
illuminate
across
the wonders
room.
of our world.
You're scrolling through NBA highlights. The squeak of sneakers and the roar of the crowd filling your ears. Cameron Johnson, the Nets sharpshooter, sinks a three-pointer, and you can't help but smile. The world feels warm, familiar. Your eyelids grow heavy, the phone slipping from your hand. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, and I wish you success. Good luck. and continued success in your work and life. Now, turn off the lights, maybe turn on the fan to make some soft noise, and let's head into the night together. The room is quiet now. Your bed is soft. The blanket a gentle weight across your chest. You breathe in. Out. The hum of the fan blends with the distant echo of that highlight reel in your mind. Cameron's form, smooth, effortless, loops in your head. The ball arcs through the air. Swish. You're sinking deeper into the pillow. Your thoughts blur, like a watercolor painting left out in the rain. The world fades. Slowly. Surely. You're in your room, but it's different tonight. The air feels charged, like the moment before a storm. You're not just watching the game anymore. You're slipping into something else. Something bigger. Your breathing slows. In. Out. The fan hums softly, a steady rhythm. You're drifting now, the edges of reality softening like worn cotton. The last thing you see is Cameron Johnson. Mid-jump, the ball leaving his fingertips. Then, darkness. You're floating. Not quite asleep, but not awake either. The world is a gentle hum, a vibration in your bones. You feel the weight of your body, but it's distant, like a memory. Your room is still there, your posters, your cluttered desk, the faint glow of streetlights through the blinds. But something's shifting. The air smells different. Cleaner. Like polished wood and fresh laundry. You try to open your eyes, but they're heavy, like they're sewn shut with silk thread. You don't fight it. You let it pull you under. A memory flickers. You're 10 years old, dribbling a worn-out basketball on a cracked driveway. The hoop is rusted, the net half-torn. You shoot. Miss. Shoot again. Your dad's voice echoes from the porch, keep your elbows in. You laugh, wiping sweat from your brow. The memory fades, but the feeling lingers, warm, hopeful. Like the first day of summer. You carry it with you as you sink deeper. The hum grows louder. Not jarring, but insistent. Like a heartbeat. Your heartbeat? No, something else. You're moving now. Not walking, but gliding. The darkness softens into muted colors, grays, blues, the faint gold of stadium lights. You hear sneakers squeaking on hardwood. A crowd murmuring, far away. Your fingers twitch, like they're remembering something. The texture of a basketball, maybe. Rough, pebbled leather. Familiar. You breathe in. The air is cool now, crisp. You're not in your room anymore. But you're not afraid. Not yet. There's a warmth in your chest, like you've been here before. You haven't, of course. Or have you? The thought sits there, heavy. You let it go. You're too tired to chase it. Your body feels different. Longer. Stronger. Your arms stretch further than they should. Your hands, when did they get so big? You flex your fingers. And they move with a strange grace. Like they know something you don't. You're standing now. Or are you lying down? It's hard to tell. The world is still soft, like a dream you're not ready to name. You hear your own breathing, slow and steady. In. Out. The fan is gone. The room is gone. But you're safe. You know that much. The air smells of coffee now, faint but rich. You hear a distant chime, a phone notification, maybe. Your phone? No. Someone else's. You try to move, but your body is heavy, like it's waiting for permission. Another memory surfaces. You're 13, at a local rec center. The game is tied, and you're at the free throw line. The gym is too warm, the air thick with sweat and anticipation. You bounce the ball once, twice. Your hands shake. The shot rims out. The crowd groans. You feel small, smaller than you are now. But then your best friend slaps your shoulder, grinning. Next time, champ. The memory fades. But the grin stays with you. You hold on to it. The world sharpens, just a little. You're in a bed, but it's not yours. The sheets are smoother, the mattress firmer. You feel the weight of your body, taller, leaner, stronger. Your heart beats faster now. Not from fear, but from something else. Excitement? Wonder? You don't know yet. You don't need to. You're here. And that's enough. The air moves, like a breeze through an open window. You hear it, a soft rustle, like pages turning. Or maybe it's the crowd again, waiting. You're not alone. You feel it. Someone's watching. Not in a creepy way, just, there. Like a guide. You try to speak, but your voice is stuck, like it's caught in molasses. You don't mind. You're too busy feeling the world shift around you. The colors deepen, muted golds, soft greens. The smell of coffee grows stronger. You hear a faint laugh, like it's coming from inside you. It's your laugh, but different. Deeper. Confident. You like it. Your eyes flutter open. Or do they? It's hard to tell. The room is unfamiliar, but it feels right. A sleek nightstand. A phone buzzing softly, screen glowing. You reach for it, and your arm moves too fast, too far. You laugh again, and it's that same deep sound. You're not you anymore. Or maybe you're more you than ever. The thought lingers, heavy. You let it sit. You breathe. In. Out. The world is waiting. You can feel it. The hardwood floor under your feet, when did you stand up? Is cool, smooth. You take a step, and your body moves like it's done this 1,000 times. You're tall. Taller than you've ever been. You glance down, and your hands, they're not yours. Long fingers, callsome you. You pause. Who are you tonight? Do you remember? Share your thoughts in the comments below.